Direct News TV. March 29, 2024. Russia-Ukraine War Live News. Ukraine introduces blackouts in 3 regions. Russia fires dozens of drones and missiles at Ukraine's energy infrastructure overnight. At least 6 people are injured, and power is cut in several central and western regions of Ukraine. Biden slams unjust and illegal detention of WSJ reporter in Russia. U.S. President Joe Biden says Washington will impose costs for Russia's appalling attempts to use U.S. citizens as bargaining chips. The statement released by the White House marked the anniversary of the jailed Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich. As I have told Evan's parents, I will never give up hope either. We will continue working every day to secure his release, Biden said, adding that his detention was wholly unjust and illegal. Top officials in the U.S. Congress from both parties, including Democratic Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Republican House of Representatives Speaker Mike Johnson, also issued a joint statement, calling the journalist's arrest baseless and unjust. Last year, Gershkovich, 32, became the first U.S. journalist arrested on spying charges in Russia since the Cold War. Ukraine intercepted majority of Russian missiles and drones. The Ukrainian Air Force says that there were 99 missiles and drones involved in last night's attack, targeting areas right across the country. Once again, the targets seem to be energy infrastructure. One of the largest providers in the country said at least 3 of their plants suffered hits. According to the Ukrainians, the majority of these projectiles were actually intercepted, with the Air Force saying that 84 of them were taken down, but there was structural damage to a number of civilian properties. The question being asked is, why now? Why suddenly this huge escalation? An escalation that we haven't really seen since the winter 2022 and 2023 when we saw energy infrastructure targeted across the country. Ukrenergo introduces emergency blackouts in 3 regions. Ukraine is introducing emergency blackouts in 3 regions of the country, urging consumers in other regions to limit electricity use after Russia's barrage of attacks on several power plants. Ukrenergo's dispatch center is forced to apply emergency blackout schedules until the evening in the regions of Dnipropetrovsk, Zaporizhzhia, and Kirovograd, the provider, Ukrenergo, said in a statement. It blamed the massive Russian attack on Ukrainian power plants overnight for the measure. Consumers in other regions are also asked to consume electricity sparingly and consciously, it added. Energy supply restrictions in Kharkiv Oblast and Kryvyi also continue to apply. Zelensky says 2 hydropower plants attacked by Russia. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Kharkiv and Dnistr hydropower plants were hit overnight by Russian attacks. Russian terrorists once again attacked the Ukrainian energy sector, Zelensky wrote on Telegram. That night, the Kharkiv and Dnistr HPPs became the conscious targets of the enemy. The terrorist country wants a repeat of the ecological disaster in the Kherson region. He reiterated the need for air defenses to repel Russian attacks. Russian prosecutors seek foreign agent label for Queen of Soviet Pop Alla Pugacheva. Russian prosecutors have asked the Justice Ministry to label the Queen of Soviet Pop music, Alla Pugacheva, as a foreign agent, according to the Russian state news agency, RIA. Pugacheva, 74, a Soviet and post-Soviet icon, criticized Russia's war on Ukraine. After the war began, Moscow passed a strict anti-defamation law penalizing those who spoke out against its military operations in Ukraine. Pugacheva is one of Russia's most famous people, known across generations for hits such as the 1982 song, Million Scarlet Roses, and the 1978 film, The Woman Who Sings. Russia calls up 130,000 conscripts in latest draft. Vladimir Tsemlyansky, the deputy head of the Russian General Staff's main organizational and mobilization department, says Moscow called up 130,000 conscripts in its army draft late last year, according to the TASS state news agency. As before, the conscription campaign paid special attention to staffing scientific and scientific production units. In interaction with Central Military Command authorities, about 500 personnel were selected and sent for staffing these units, he said. Semlyansky added that the draft was organized especially in the republics of Buryatia and North Ossetia-Alania, the Krasnoyarsk, Stavropol, Volgograd, Voronezh, Moscow, Rostov, Sakhalin, Samara, and Chelyabinsk regions, and the city of Moscow. All the citizens sent for military service were provided with the established type of allowances at gathering places. About 200 civil aviation flights, 14 flights by Army aircraft and 10 military trains were engaged to send conscripts to military units, he added. Putin definitely doesn't want to negotiate, Germany's top diplomat. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock has told the German Tagesspiegel newspaper that the war in Ukraine was unlikely to end anytime soon. Putin makes it more than clear that he is beyond the reach of rational arguments and the values of humanity. And he definitely doesn't want to negotiate, she said. If Putin wins in Ukraine, our security and international order will be at risk, Baerbock said. Ukraine's support is our own guarantee of security, the foreign minister concluded. Civilian killed after drone crashes into Belgorod apartment, Governor. A man has been killed and 2 others injured after a drone crashed into an apartment building in Belgorod, according to the governor of the region. The wife of the deceased man received a closed head injury, lacerations to the face and a superficial burn to the thigh. An ambulance transported the woman to the regional clinical hospital, Vyacheslav Gladkov said on Telegram. Another resident independently went to City Hospital No. 2, the man had a shrapnel wound in the lumbar region. Both victims are receiving all the necessary medical care. He shared the following photos from the site of the incident. Russian drone attack kills civilian in Ukraine's Dnipropetrovsk region. A 39-year-old man has been killed after a Russian kamikaze drone hit a civilian car in the Mariv settlement of the Nikopol district in the Dnipropetrovsk region of Ukraine, according to a local military official. Serhiy Lysak, the head of Dnipropetrovsk Oblast Military Administration, also said that another civilian, a 43-year-old man, was also injured in the attack. My name is Kingsley. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to be notified whenever we post. You won't regret it.